Existentialism is a philosophy that emphasizes an individual's existence, freedom, and choice. In that right, it states that humans control their own meaning in life and are capable of making rational choices despite their irrational surroundings. Existentialism also holds the belief that there is no explanation or purpose for existence. Therefore, there are no gods or other forces, only ourselves to find meaning in embracing our existence. The key beliefs of existentialism are existence over essence, anxiety, absurdity, and an immanent void. The belief of existence over essence tells us that man is a conscious being, not intended to be manipulated or predicted, and that there is no reason or purpose for man other than to exist in the world. The belief of anxiety tells us that there is a general uneasiness surrounding meaningless existence, and that anxiety is derived from the dread of nothingness in human existence. As stated by Kierkegaard, it is the universal underlying condition of human existence. The belief of absurdity is that human existence is inexplicable and therefore absurd. There is no reason or contingency as to why we are in this time of place at this moment. The belief of an immanent void states that if there is no meaning to life, then there is no reflection of life as a conscious entity, and therefore there is no essential structure in the world. Each person is their own existence. However, that existence is one of nothingness, entailing a void that can never be filled. The key founders of existentialism are Soren Kierkegaard, Jean-Paul Sartre, Simone de Beauvoir, and Albert Camus. Kierkegaard is considered to be the father of existentialism. He believed that through man being a free entity, he was able to choose his own path and make his own decisions. Man's importance is based on his emotions and willingness to believe in that which cannot be understood. Therefore, truth is thought of as subjective, as a truth that is truth for me. Sartre is most known for his opposition to the notion of consciousness. He states that consciousness is not a thing of the body, soul, or mind, but that it is actually nothing more than a directedness towards things. We love things because they are lovable, not because we interpret them as such. By accepting that consciousness is actually nothing, we are free to make our own choices and are therein free. Lifelong partner to Jean-Paul Sartre, Simone de Beauvoir published Ethics of Ambiguity, an introduction to existentialism, but also a critique on Sartre's outlook on freedom. She believed that mankind is universally free, and therein states that ethics only arise from the value placed on our own choices. She calls us to choose to accept ourselves in our finiteness in order to be fundamentally and absolutely free. Albert Camus focused his philosophical beliefs on the tenet of absurdity in relation to existentialism. He posed the question of whether man could build a foundation only on what he knows, without knowing anything more to give meaning to his life. This breaks down into the fact that we must have meaning in life in order to value it. So if there is no value to life, how are we to live with the absurdity? He delves into the fact that happiness is only fleeting and subject to the mortality of man, and therefore should hold greater appreciation. His philosophical beliefs were centered around the contemplation of suicide as a way to end the absurdity of life. He sought to find the type of life that would be worth living, despite the meaninglessness of it. Existentialism has influenced education by aiming towards the full development of the individuality of the student. Therefore, it is sought after by education to make pupils well-rounded in their educational endeavors. It also states that too much importance is not to be placed on objectives. While existentialism does not render standards and objectives useless, it does aim to advise the use of them as guides to subjective learning. Existentialism also places high importance on the external environment of the student, and therefore places importance on recognizing and incorporating the external world into an individual's education.